Being human, we feel pain for loss of any single innocent life and stand with all persecuted communities and individuals. Human life is precious without any discrimination of color, creed or religion, ethnicity or geography. Killing of any innocent human being is condemnable and unacceptable. At Muslim Institute, we focus on the issues that are particularly relevant to the Muslim world. Therefore, we also have paid special attention to the genocide and massacres of Muslim populations in today's seminar. There are a number of events unfolding in the world at any given time. Many issues, therefore, get neglected or do not receive due attention. This is why we have decided to remember the lives of millions of Muslims lost in genocides and massacres in contemporary history. When we speak of genocide, we often think of it as a tragic chapter of the past. Yet, for Muslim populations across the world, genocide is not only history but also a living reality. A quarter of the world's population, more than 2 billion Muslims, live across nearly 195 countries, including around 50 Muslim majority states. Yet, even with this global demographic and geographical presence, Muslim populations remain among the most vulnerable to mass violence. Ladies and gentlemen, the Article 2 of the United Nations Convention on the Prevention and Punishment of the Crime of Genocide describes genocide as any of the following acts committed with intent to destroy, in whole or in part, a national, ethnic, racial, or religious group, such as number 1, killing members of the group, number 2, causing serious bodily or mental harm to members of the group, number 3, deliberately inflicting on the group conditions of life calculated to bring about its physical destruction in whole or in part. Number 4, imposing measures intended to prevent births within the group. Number 5, forcibly transferring children of the group to another group. Contemporary history bears painful witness to organized, systematic, and even state-sponsored genocides and mass massacres of Muslim populations. Their cultural identity, historical heritage, and even physical survival have been targeted. This pattern is not confined to one region. It stretches from North Africa to Eastern Europe, from Central Asia and South Asia, all the way to Southeast Asia. Astonishingly and unfortunately, nearly 13 million Muslims have been massacred across 26 tragic incidents of genocide and mass killings, many under direct imperial administration or with state complicity, as highlighted and mentioned in the documentary which will be played shortly and the report prepared by the team of Muslim Institute. Tragically, these mass murders continue during current times, even though numerous such events come under the definition of genocide. They unfortunately are not recognized. Unfortunate mass killings of Palestine, Indian illegally occupied Jammu and Kashmir are just a few of many tales. This tragedy continues today, even inside India, where the threat to Muslims is rising sharply. Many human rights organizations and genocide warning bodies have already warned about this. For instance, Genocide Watch, Alliance Against Genocide, recommended regarding Gaza that Israeli leaders, war crimes, crimes against humanity, and genocide must be prosecuted by the International Criminal Court. All states must assist the International Criminal Court in investigating and prosecuting these crimes. Similarly, Genocide Watch states, I quote, approximately 630,000 Rohingya still live in Myanmar under a system of state-sponsored discrimination and ethnic segregation. The United Nations Independent International Fact-Finding Mission on Myanmar concluded that Rohingyas face conditions of ongoing genocide and described the 2017 operations as bearing genocidal intent. The United Nations Special Rapporteur on Minority Issues has repeatedly highlighting that Muslim minorities in several regions are at imminent risk of mass atrocities, and that early warning signs such as discriminatory laws, hate-based mobilization, and securitization of communities have been ignored for years. Similarly, Amnesty International, Human Rights Watch, and the Office of the United Nations High Commissioner for Human Rights have documented systematic repression, extrajudicial killings, demographic engineering, mass incarceration, and deliberate destruction of cultural and religious identity of Muslim communities in various regions. In India especially, eyewitness verified reports by Human Rights Watch and Amnesty International show that Muslims face unlawful demolitions of their homes and properties, extrajudicial killings, threat of statelessness under citizenship verification schemes, mob violence triggered by cow protection, vigilantism, and a sharp rise in public hate speech, especially around elections, with 1,165 incidents recorded in 2024 only. The bitter reality is that despite these clear alarming patterns, the genocide of Muslim populations has not been taken up by the Muslim world collectively, nor presented at international forums in a unified, research-driven, and institutionalized manner. When the issue of Islamophobia was raised collectively and brought before the United Nations, it resulted in a globally recognized day and an international policy conversation. The genocide of Muslims deserves at least the same seriousness, the same coordination, and the same resolve. Ladies and gentlemen, today's seminar is a humble yet significant step towards creating awareness, gathering and analyzing authentic data, promoting research-based discourse, and to engage and encourage policymakers to raise this issue at relevant international platforms. At the end of my remarks, once again, I emphasize that life of every human being is equally important and its safety needs equal attention. Emphasizes on genocide and massacres of Muslim population is according to the objectives of Muslim Institute to research and analyze the issues related to Muslim world. I look forward to hearing a constructive and insightful discussion by our worthy dignitaries. With these words, I once again thank you all for your presence and participation in today's seminar. Thank you very much.